Thank you, Mark. Good morning, everybody. I want to thank PEPCO and Prince George's County Fire and EMS and Montgomery County Fire and EMS for putting on this event today. Obviously, this is an extremely important time, and it comes at a perfect time that we receive these smoke alarms today, because as the months get colder, we're going to start to see more and more fires. We've already seen that in the month of October. Unfortunately, we've lost 5 individuals so far across the state as a result of fires. And most of those as a result of a contributing factor of not having working smoke alarms, or smoke alarms that weren't present at all. In the most recent fire, we lost 2 children, a 5 and a 7-year-old up in Cumberland, Maryland, where the smoke alarms did work. So we also want to reinforce not only having working smoke alarms, but have an escape plan. They did not have a plan in place at that time, and these 2 children were not able to escape the fire up in Cumberland just last week. So we want to stress those most important things. Have a good working smoke alarm, have a good escape plan, and once you get out, stay out. Can't stress that enough. To date, we're at 44 fire fatalities across the state of Maryland compared to 52 at this time last year. We're down 15%. We want to hopefully we'll keep it down that low this year and have a record year for the lowest number of fire deaths here in the state of Maryland. So with the help of the men and women of both departments getting these smoke alarms out to people in needs, those numbers will come down and they will be reduced. So I want to thank everybody for having me here today, and appreciate again PEPCO's efforts of really supplying this. It's a great partnership that we have with our public utility companies. Thank you very much.
Good morning. I want to start by thanking Pete Pedersen, and you're going to hear from him in a minute, and PEPCO for their steadfast partnership in this program for the past 10 years. Thousands of homes and families across the National Capital Region are safer today because of the generosity of this program. Not just this program, but you'll hear me talk in a minute about the Energizer battery program. In the past year, over 3 dozen Prince George's County residents have been alerted to fires in their homes by the piercing sound of a working smoke alarm. 8 of those smoke alarm activations woke the residents out of a sleep. Each of those were given the few precious seconds they needed to escape unharmed. Several of those alarms that actually woke the folks up were a result of those donated through this program and installed by our firefighters. In those 3 dozen incidents where smoke alarms alerted residents, everyone was able to get out. There were no citizen injuries. As colder weather approaches this weekend, and with the end of daylight savings time, it is time to check your smoke and carbon monoxide alarms. When you change your clocks, change your batteries. If you have one of the newer 10-year lithium batteries, like those in the alarms that are being donated today, Saturday is the safety first day of the month, so whatever type of battery you have in your alarm, we encourage you to always check the alarms on the first day of the month. If you still have the replaceable battery type of alarm, I am pleased to also thank the Energizer Corporation for their recent donation of 5,000 9-volt and AA batteries to our Safety First program. As firefighters canvass neighborhoods in the coming weeks, they'll be able to supply a fresh 9-volt or AA battery in cases where those alarms are still serviceable. What do I mean by still serviceable? With any smoke or carbon monoxide alarm, we recommend replacement after 10 years. The reliability of the alarms degrades over time, making them essentially unserviceable after 10 years. We know from history that the colder weather means more fires, as you heard the State Fire Marshal say. We want you to stay warm safely. With a well-serviced heating system, using portable heaters correctly, not filling them or fueling them while the heaters are lit and inside the home, and never use your oven to heat your home. This is a fire or carbon monoxide trap waiting to happen. Clean leaves and debris away from the furnaces and flue pipes, which will allow carbon monoxide to escape properly. Keep combustibles at least 3 feet from any heating device or furnace. Fire and EMS departments cannot do this alone. We need neighbors helping neighbors to get the message out. And we need those corporate partnerships, like you see here today, to help us supply the detectors and alarms. Prince George's County is experiencing record low fire deaths this year. As a direct result of programs like this, our firefighters and citizens and corporate partners like PEPCO and Energizer are coming together to raise awareness and enhance safety in our communities. Remember, when you change your clocks, change your batteries, and stay warm safely.
On behalf of Montgomery County Fire Chief Stephen Lohr, I wanted to thank everybody for coming out here today. Certainly want to thank PEPCO for their continued support and their programs that have allowed Montgomery County to go out into the neighborhoods on a weekly basis for the past 20 years and ensure that every home in the county has a working smoke detector, and it's partnerships like this that have allowed it to continue for so many years. So as the Fire Chief of Prince George's County has said, this is the season that we need to get out and make certain that all the smoke detectors are working, and it's partnerships such as this one that allow that to continue. So thank you.
Good morning. My name is Pete Pedersen. I'm the coordinator of PEPCO's Emergency Services Partnership Program. We're honored to be here today to support this vital life safety initiative, striving to ensure that every home has a working smoke alarm. 10 years ago, PEPCO started the Emergency Services Partnership Program, and it was designed to work with our first responders around electrical safety issues. But it was also designed to strengthen those long-time partnerships, to find new ways to educate and communicate with each other about how we can both do our jobs better at the highest level. In those first conversations years ago, we heard many suggestions, many recommendations, but one thing that was the same across the board was that there was a vital need for smoke alarms in our communities. So in that first year, we donated 1,500 smoke alarms, 500 to each jurisdiction that we serve. Excuse me. And in the years to come, we've continued that donation. We've raised it from 500 to 750 to 1,000 to each community. 2 years ago, we were asked to consider donating these new 10-year lithium because of the fact that, as the chief mentioned, with the 10-year lithium battery in it, they don't have to be maintained as much as the normal ones do. It helps to make sure that they ensure that they're working. So we went back to our partner, Lowe's, who is another partner in this endeavor, to ask if they would be willing to continue their support of our program. And Lowe's, from the very start, has supported us. They've been willing to give these smoke alarms to us at nearly cost, which has allowed us to stretch our budget to purchase as many smoke alarms as we can. And I want to thank them for that. Last year we donated 500 of these new types. And I'm proud to announce that today, because of our 10th year anniversary, we're going to increase that to 1,000 smoke alarms for each jurisdiction. So in that truck behind me, there's 2,000 of these brand new 10-year lithium-ion battery smoke alarms that will go out into the communities that we serve, and we continue to support this program now and in the future. Thank you. With today's donation, over the last 10 years, it brings our commitment to this program to nearly 27,000 smoke alarms that we've donated to our communities that we serve. We're very proud of that. We're proud of the fact that we're going to continue that. We have commitment into next year, so we'll be here again, and hopefully years beyond that. All of us at PEPCO and the entire PHI family are honored to be here to help the dedicated and brave men and women of the Montgomery County Fire and Rescue Service and the Prince George's County Fire and EMS Department. We are committed to this partnership. We will continue to work to strengthen these relationships so that our communities are safer places to live, to work, to raise our families, and so that all of us go home safe at the end of the day. Thank you. Have a good day, and God bless.
Thank you. Before we take any questions, I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge one member of the Fire and EMS Department with us here today. That is his last day of service after 30 years of providing services to the citizens, residents, and visitors of Prince George's County. Mr. Danny Hughes. Danny, congratulations on your last day of service. We'd now like to open up to anybody with any questions for any of our speakers. Hearing none, we'll move forward. The four individuals behind me will be available for one-on-one interviews at the conclusion. Thank you very much.
How are you? Nice to meet you. Sure. Hi, bud.
You want to go?
All right.